of this World Series from Arlington, Texas, with the Dodgers up 3-2.
The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice.
2004, I need advance repair with Eucerin. As I watch the Yankees lose and Eucalyptus. Hug Ortiz can't compose, I ain't coopering. Grandma says this is the mafia and ludicrous. Till this day the question how that happened still lasts. Like the boy that I killed, it's a deep gash. Deeper than me falling in the elevator shaft. On my brain cause he was killed from my gun blast. Unlike these kids I see on bikes and knock off felines. Some swinging on the field like they're G-Tar. Wearing Dino shirts as their Horsey seizure. As tonight he can clinch with his heaters. After his dad died, Dom saw the diamond within him to make hitters bats real silent. His power made him a shoelace as holes he looped through from the draft to his MLB debut. Dom introduced me and almost like the straps of a bag we were inseparable unlike some scraps. One time he took me on the field and my Jordan soul went from white to brown like a Rocky III Stallone. He was impressed I still had it as he took the measures to encourage me to leave the life and its pressures. Find your purpose, put the key in and start the motor and drive to it. Your destiny, you the controller. Go on IG, see the red one, now the metal on my iPhone becomes wet with sweat pedal. To my DMs, I'm hyped, she was fine to settle down as her heart emojis lifted up my mental.
Done virtually everything you could do in a big league career. And when you think about the 36-year-old in 2019, look at the year. He led baseball in wins, the ERA ridiculous, struck
Growing
out
up,
300.
watching Jeter Jordan win their rings gave me a GOAT mentality and drive to be the king of what I love. Kobe Brady too, to them I cling. Mariano, now Dino, I wish to be. Strikes for being called balls, though he hit his spots. Teammates safe for being called out for the guap. His manager was going mental at all these flops. Yo, what's good with these empires? Do your job. Down threes in for Dino, it's still simmering, still focused as his breaking balls becoming slicker. Breaking bats with his cutters like they some scissors, refusing to be taken out like a bitch that's bitter. In the next half, a bomb is hit by Preacher. A grand slam that is sent into the bleachers. Top of the ninth, Dino strikes out the side of safety. Officials rush to the field cause fans are going crazy as he's named MVP, but then I hit the bottom of the high. I'm on as Dino Jr. and Blossom appear on screen as they're asked about their dads on them. Dino Jr. says the best, I am trigger caution. Go to a private place, masturbate to get through. Fantasy is like I'm Hitler, poet girl's a Jew. As I destroy your insides with a wrist contained with some rope as she moans, and then I came. Say my goodbye to Frankie as I hope this will brush the effects off a GM text from my crush. Hits my phone, we talk some more, and then she shush. After another poem I sent her, I'm mad as fuck.
Lesson number 2 that I learned from being a simp was, if you treat her like a queen, she will
A game
treat
7
you
would have stacked like some
like
golden
a servant.
straws in Dom's pockets, but a note from Dino started war. Dom and Commissioner were silent partners as the law was used against him to further shine Dino's star. Dom felt betrayed, told me put him in a holding. Says he's dead to him without the need for consoling. I'm the only one he trusts now as this is screwed into my mind as I felt like I just been sued. Check my phone, still no response from her, my mind is tangled. I lose patience and go off in a verbal strangle. How you play me out for someone stupid in like 8 very long paragraphs, she responded 8. Me up, chew me out viciously, she'd inject insults, disrespect as I felt regret. She unfollowed me, was turned off, I tried to stitch myself back together from going mega simp. Arrived at Dino's, he knew as Dom's ace. Took aim, Dino's eyes water touched the base of his rosary, prayed, I felt disgrace, but still pulled the trigger as he went out with his faith. Jesus doesn't like ugly, this ain't good nutrition. Come here, my son, let me remove the affliction. The old woman then appears, I'm his prescription. Before she kills Jesus for the second time, vicious. I awake, sweating thoughts, I can't get no handle. I see Dom emotions, I can no longer mantle. Can't seem to reattach myself like some sandals. He says, take some time off, I got this all handled.
The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate, so unnecessary.
Dom finds out that he's sick at stage 4. Goes to Dino's funeral. Why you here for? Is what everyone wears on the stairs he pays. His respects to his wife as spit she sprayed in his face. Dom leaves embarrassed and the priest approaches him, asks how he's doing in the street. Brings up his sister and the possibility of God entering his life. Dom is shook and tells him nah. Dom begins to get emotional and then he visits his mentor who cuts ties with him regarding business. And Wackadino turned the whole Hispanic race against him. Made him self-reflect on the path the devil sent him. He gets sick to his stomach, he passes out. As the guys question what was that thrash about. Me up like the poet girl after saying sorry. She told me keep that energy, I said cool, copy. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. Matthew 12:40.